Hello, guys. This is Mark Saint for Brazil Unsubtitled podcast on YouTube, Spotify, Anchor, and many other platforms. This is episode number 3 of our podcast. And today I have the pleasure to talk to Alex Jr. He is a Brazilian, he's fluent in English, and we will be talking about sports in Brazil in general, and of course, more specifically, soccer. Right? How are you doing, Alex?
Hi, Mark. Thank you for having me. I'm doing great. Very happy to be
My
here.
pleasure to have you. So,
Very good.
what can you, before we start off, what can you tell about the people? I mean, tell a little bit about yourself to the people, who you are, and all these details, please.
Oh, nice. I am 28. I live in São Paulo, Brazil. Uh,
Hmm.
I work as an internal auditor. It's a different job.
Okay.
Few people know
For a
what I
Chinese company, right?
for a Chinese company, right? In
Uh-huh.
the energy sector, AGPP.
The energy sector.
Yeah,
Very interesting. So that means China has been investing a lot in Brazil when it comes to energy.
a lot. There are many companies there investing
Or
really,
this
really
is
hard in Brazil.
confidential information.
No, it's open knowledge that China is investing in the energy sector in Brazil. There are many companies,
And everywhere, right? Not only
right?
in Brazil, but in a lot of parts of the world.
Yeah, you can see that again.
Very good. Alex, the focus of our talk on the podcast tonight is talking about sports in Brazil, right?
Right.
Are you a sports fan?
I am sure. I really like soccer. It's the best for me.
Hmm.
I support
Hmm.
Corinthians in
Very
São
good.
Paulo.
Corinthians.
Corinthians. Our team, my
So,
team.
Alex, I forgot to say, sorry to cut you off, Alex.
Uh,
I forgot to say, Alex is from São Paulo. If you guys are watching there, Alex is from São Paulo. Of course, naturally, we have 4 big teams in São Paulo, right, Alex?
right. Corinthians,
We have,
São
can you tell
Paulo,
the people, Corinthians, São
Corinthians,
Paulo,
São Paulo, Palmeiras e Santos.
and Santos. Santos is from Rei Pelé, from the king of the
Exactly.
soccer, right?
Right.
Good. So when we talk about soccer, it's inevitable. I mean, when we talk about sports, it's inevitable not to talk about soccer, right, Alex?
Right. It's the most
We don't want to
popular.
sound the cliche here, but there's no other way.
Yeah. Uh,
Why do you think soccer is so popular, man, among the Brazilians?
I was thinking, uh, not only in Brazil, okay, but maybe it's because it's very easy to play soccer. You don't have to have many things to play soccer. You need something that you can kick, and it's done.
Very good. Good. Wow, I've never thought of that. That's true. So if you want to play baseball, you need a set equipment,
Yeah.
gear. Soccer, you just need a ball, right?
A ball. And for kids, sometimes you see kids playing with a bottle, not even a ball, just playing around.
I have to say, Alex, I have already kicked tin cans. Like when you buy corn in a
Yeah.
can.
Yeah.
I have already used it as a ball.
Yeah. It's very common.
Mhm.
And I think
So,
that turns.
Alex,
Oh,
go on.
no, I was saying that without the need of equipment, it turns soccer to be very popular. I think it's because of that.
Uh huh. Uh-huh. And it's a big fever in Brazil, no?
It is. It is a big fever.
Yes. And it's funny because this passion spreads out to other countries in the world. I believe the Brazilian soccer is also famous everywhere, right? I have friends in England who I have a guy who is he's probably listening, Tony. He's Flamenguista, man. He's from
Yeah.
England and he's a fanatic fan of Flamengo.
It's one of the biggest teams in Brazil, and I think uh, the national teams we had in 1982, for example, made soccer, Brazilian soccer, so popular. The five World Cups.
Hmm.
Uh, Now we
Hmm.
are not so great. Our national team is not so great. Germany maybe uh, is on the top of world soccer, but Brazil is
You think so,
a
Alex?
strong content. Sorry, Mark.
You think so? At the moment, the Brazilian team is not so good
Yeah,
in the international scenario.
yeah. I think you can see that looking on how people support the national team. In the past, it was
Uh,
a stronger passion, you know. Now I don't feel
mhm.
people are uh, so involved with the national team.
When you say people, you're talking about Brazilians specifically,
Yeah, yeah.
or you're talking about foreigners?
No, no, about Brazilians, about Brazilians.
Do you believe the problem of not supporting the team is involved with the situation that Brazil had been facing before the pandemic, like political crisis and stuff like that?
Uh, I don't think so, but maybe it has something related, but it's not the point because the last time I saw
Mm.
Brazilian people really involved supporting the national team was 2002, the last time we won the cup.
Oh, when
But
when Ronaldo
yeah,
and his squad
yeah,
beat the German for 2-0, right?
right. That
Like 2-0.
in my memory, it was the last time I remember people being really involved with the Brazilian team.
Mm.
After that, I don't know if it's uh, uh, our, how can I say, Brazil didn't play very good in the 2006 World Cup, and then
Uh-huh.
we had Dunga as the coach, and people don't like him very much because uh,
Mhm.
the way he talks to the press, to the media.
Yeah, he was always so hot-headed, right?
Yeah, right. And after that, we had
I think.
in the last World
Uh,
Cup these problems with Germany, the 7-1 game that somehow broke the confidence we have in the national team.
mhm.
Uh,
And the performance in 2018, I
2018.
don't remember, man.
I
What was it like? France was the champion, right?
right.
Ah, yes, we lost to Belgium, quarterfinals.
Yeah, but
De Bruyne, right?
yeah,
De Bruyne, the name of
De Bruyne, De Bruyne, and
Mhm.
Lukaku, if I remember correctly.
Lukaku, yes. And there was another guy that was also really popular.
Yeah,
But correct me if I'm mistaken, the last title we have gotten was a Copa America,
I don't remember, man.
wasn't it?
I don't remember against Argentina.
Yes, because I remember it was Daniel Alves. No, it was against Peru. Copa America was in Brazil. I remember because I have a video about. Wow, sorry guys, I have a video about everything I say. So I went to the third place match. It was Argentina versus Chile. So Brazil played the following day against Peru, and we beat the guys I think for 4-0.
Oh man, I don't
Daniel
remember this
Alves was in
game.
the team as well.
I don't remember the
Yeah.
game. But that is another thing that is curious to see that in South America, Brazil is still the first national team. National team. But when you talk about
Mhm.
worldwide national teams, we are like in the top 10 now.
We are
We're
not
not,
ranked really well.
yeah. We still in the top 10, I believe, but not on top three,
Uh,
for example.
okay, Alex, let me ask you a question. When you look at the national team, I have invited Alex to be talking to us about this topic because Alex is well versed in the subject of soccer. Uh, he studies with me, and we see each other once a week. And I always ask him what games are will be on that specific night, right, Alex?
Right.
So Alex brings me the teacher, you can see this, you can see that. Corinthians is playing Sorocaba. Sorocaba doesn't even exist, but you understand what I'm saying.
Yeah,
So Alex, when you look at the national championships, do you feel the quality has also dropped?
sure.
Like the because right now we're having the states championship. São Paulo is having its internal championship, Rio de Janeiro, and so on.
Yeah.
When you look at the quality of soccer in general inside Brazil, do you get impressed with what you see, or you get disappointed?
Really disappointed, to be honest. I'm impressed with the way our soccer uh, declined through time.
Yes.
I think it has a relation with our best players being sold to Europe very early. You know, they start developing, playing well, and then
But
they are
this has
sold.
always been that, no?
Yeah, but in the 90s, we had when we play
Mm,
we take the best teams in Brazil like Flamengo, Corinthians, São Paulo, Palmeiras. We
mm-hmm.
had
Okay.
great players. We had Romário playing for Vasco, for example. We had Marcelinho
Mm-hmm.
Carioca playing for Corinthians. We don't have these really good players playing in Brazil. They are all in Europe,
Okay.
and maybe
So the Brazilian clubs. Sorry, go on.
so, it just come to my mind that maybe people in Brazil don't relate to the national team because all the players play on Europe, not in Brazil.
Okay.
Maybe that is what causes the national team.
But there was a time, Alex. Go on, go on. Sorry. There is a delay, guys. Sometimes I get to talk over what he's saying because of this delay. But go on.
So I ended. I was only saying that because of we have no good players playing in Brazil and in the national team at the same time. Maybe because of that we lost contact with the national team.
Alex, there was a time in soccer that, at least in national soccer, we didn't have foreigners playing inside our championships. This was something impossible. I mean, whenever people talked about the Spanish championships, people would say, wow, they have great teams, but 90% of their players were foreigners,
Yeah,
right?
right.
And I remember conversations in Brazil where we guys discussed the quality of our players, and we could never fathom one day we would have foreigners playing in Brazil, because it's like we didn't need soccer players coming from other countries because we were always producing wonderful stars,
Yeah, right.
right? That's not the reality nowadays. Correct me if I'm mistaken.
No, you are right. And I really don't know what caused this. I am thinking here, and it's very common for the biggest teams in Brazil searching in Colombia and Argentina players that are midfielders,
Hmm.
with more
So
technique.
that's a big change,
Yeah, it's a big change.
And there is another thing that you are forgetting, maybe coaches.
Coaches, but it's
How
more.
many coaches do we have in Brazil that are not Brazilians
It is a more
that
recent
you can think?
thing, right? With the Portugal guys coming here to train Flamengo.
Flamengo,
Flamengo now
right?
Palmeiras has a Portuguese coach.
Portuguese
Yeah,
guy.
it, it's a
Yes,
more recent
coach.
movement that the soccer marks in Brazil are inclined to do. And
Who's your favorite soccer player of all time, Alex?
Ronaldo, Ronaldo for me was the best that I saw. Ronaldo,
Ronaldo Gaúcho or Ronaldo the Phenomenon?
fenômeno. Ronaldo,
Yeah, I have him here.
yeah. Gaúcho was a genius, uh, unbelievable the things,
A
a genius,
genius.
unbelievable the things that he did
Uh-huh.
in Barcelona. But
Hmm.
I think he stopped playing before uh, so early, through his
Yeah,
career
before he
away.
could, right?
Yeah,
Mhm. He didn't score much, I have this impression.
yeah. It's more magical for people watching the game. It was incredible seeing Ronaldinho Gaúcho play. You don't expect him
Yeah.
to do the things he did.
Yeah, I was thinking here, and look, I'm gonna say that, but I don't really think like that. But there was a sports commentator that would say, "This guy is like a circus man.
Yeah,
He likes to make these acrobacies and things, but they're not effective in the end
yeah. The other players
because
seemed
they
like
don't
kids,
turn out to become goals,
right?
right? Yeah, it's just for
Yeah,
entertainment. Beautiful soccer, but you don't have the results.
yeah.
So Ronaldo Phenom, the Phenom, is the number one in your opinion.
It's the number. He's the number one. He's the number one for me.
I think it's an obvious question. Why?
He is one of the best strikers in soccer history. And I had the pleasure
Hmm.
to see him playing in Corinthians. He was uh, uh, near the end of
He was overweight
really overweighted. He
and
had
he scored
problems.
really much, right?
Yeah, he had problems with his physique. His joints are
Hmm.
falling apart, and he played great. He was incredible,
Yeah.
even
Yes.
overweight.
Totally
Yeah.
agree. But I have a different choice when it comes to the best soccer player ever.
What do you think is the best player?
Ah, you took a while to ask me.
Pelé,
I thought I thought you would never ask. Romário,
Romário,
definitely Romário.
and why?
I was checking his numbers, and for the listeners, Alex, the guy has scored 1,002 times. He has played in PSV. I like this name, in the Hoven,
Yeah,
from Holland, from the Netherlands. PSV. He has played in Flamengo, Vasco. What else? Botafogo, no, I guess.
Botafogo, no?
Fluminense, I don't remember. Probably not. It was
He
just
played for Barcelona, no?
America. He played for Barcelona, of course. One of the most beautiful goals he has scored were in Barcelona.
Yeah, he was incredible, and I remember him at the end of his career. But I remember
Hmm.
him making jokes about, oh, the next game I will score 3 times, and he did. The next game he did.
He
Yeah,
would. But he's one of these guys that have this magic of self
yeah,
confidence. Romario has always been like that. I don't know. Nowadays, I think he's in politics,
right.
right?
He's a senator.
I don't know if he's still in politics, probably. But when he was an athlete, he would say, I'm going to score 2 times. I'm going to score 3 times. And there he was.
Yeah,
Unbelievable. He reminds me of Conor McGregor nowadays.
Talking a lot, but doing the thing.
No, those people who came to the scenario and they knew who they were and they convinced the people of who they were.
Yeah, Romario was like that.
So I think, man, the importance of self confidence when you practice a sport, believing on who you are. And Romario was unbelievable. And the funny thing, if you guys who are listening are young, probably you have never seen him play, but he was just, we would call him, ele ficava na banheira, né,
Yeah.
Alex? He was just in the big area of the opposite team, waiting for the ball. You didn't see him running to the midfield and coming back.
Soccer was different, paced in his time too. The
So you believe if he played today, he wouldn't be doing the same thing that he did?
no, no, I said that soccer was different, but if he played today, he would be the best guy we have in Brazil. The best.
A lot of people talk about Neymar, right, man? But I really don't see the same thing, man, that people see.
Sorry, Mark.
What's your opinion about Neymar?
I don't like him. I don't like him. He's a good player. He has technical skills,
Uh,
but I don't like him as a person, and
okay.
I can't support him playing. I don't like him.
But as an athlete, as a soccer player,
Oh, he's good. He's the best Brazilian player.
letting the personal
He's
thing
the best
aside.
Brazilian player right now, worldwide. He's the best. No questions about that. I think he and Firmino maybe,
Mhm.
but
Do you think do you think he will get somewhere like Pelé did,
no,
like
I don't think
Romario
so.
did,
I don't think so.
like Ronaldo?
No. So for me, it's Ronaldo, Romario are from a different world. They are like
Yeah.
blessed with by the soccer
Yes.
god. I don't think Neymar could reach
I didn't
the
know there
level
was
of
a
Romario
second
and
father.
Neymar, Romario and Ronaldo.
Uh, something I was thinking this morning is when Romario played. If you take the World Cup '94, for example, we were the champions in the
Right.
United States, right? We played against Italy in the end, and we beat the guys 4-3 on the penalties. That was the first time ever that a game had gone to penalties on a final of a World Cup. I was just 13 years old. I was about to turn 14 when the World Cup happened. I remember the level of the soccer players. I remember, for example, Sweden had the strikers were amazing. Watching a squad versus another squad, Alex, was like seeing
Yeah.
gladiators clashing. When Brazil played Sweden, there was a guy called Martin Dahlin. He was a striker in Sweden. I also remember Petrescu, Dumitrescu, Siboldi. I believe they were from Bulgaria, from Romania. So they were just monsters, big, big, big stars. It was really difficult to stand out,
Right.
right?
And
But Romario was a monster, a gigantic guy in the soccer field. And he's only 1.69
yeah.
meters, which for Americans to understand would be 5 feet 8. He's as short as this, and he was a gigantic when he played.
Yeah, and Romario somehow
I
scored
don't know.
by head. He was an amazing header.
Yeah, he would score goals with his headbutt, right?
Yeah.
Headbutt goals, I guess. Like it was unbelievable because he jumped really high. So I saw Romario being in the soccer field. I would say, yeah, we're gonna win this. You probably don't remember, but there was a game in Brazil, in Maracanã, 1993, September 19th, 1993. It was the last game to see if we were going to be in the World Cup United States. Brazil versus Uruguay. Do you know the
No, I
story
don't
behind
remember.
this?
I have born in 1992.
Ah, you were born in 1992. Oh my God, I felt
Uh,
old now. Okay, but Parreira was the coach, and he hesitated to call Romario for the team until the last game.
Personal matters.
So he was like the last. Excuse me.
Parreira hesitated because of personal matters.
Personal matters. He didn't like Romario as a
Yeah,
person. I mean, maybe I'm saying something wrong, but at least that's what that was the media would say. Because Romario was always full of himself. As I said, like Conor McGregor, he knew he was the best. He didn't want to
yeah.
train with the team.
I remember Romario saying, I don't need to train.
So
Yeah,
exactly, exactly. And to be honest with you, I think he
yeah.
didn't need to train. It was not necessary. But okay, making a long story short, he was called for the last game as a joker, a card at the table, and he was the one who scored 2 goals.
The guy was amazing.
Unbelievable, unbelievable. And of course, Ronaldo. If you look at the World Cup 2002,
Same
same
thing.
thing. No,
He had health problems,
he
right?
scored the last 2 goals.
And
At the
yeah,
time.
I knew before playing for Internacional, you know?
Mm, yes,
Yeah,
the
yeah,
ligaments of the
exactly.
knee. Very nice. So just for us to wrap up, Alex, I really need to let him go. He has some things to do. Let me ask you, what is the situation of the soccer like today? Are we having championships going on so that people can know?
No, by the moment we have no championships, but I heard at the radio nothing
Nothing
is
is
going
going
on,
on in
but I
Brazil.
heard today that the games will be back next week without.
Ah, yes, because João
Yeah,
Doria, the
right,
governor, right? In São Paulo, he authorized the
correct.
sports teams,
Yeah,
games to
but
take
no
place.
public because it would be impossible, right? Yeah,
Yes, yes, we
yeah,
have to wait for. Yeah, it's gonna take 1 or 2 more years, man,
I think the
till we can
same.
see that,
Right.
right? Alex, do you wanna say anything else before we wrap
Just
up?
thank
Like vai
Vai Corinthians
Corinthians,
and thank you for the opportunity, Mark.
man! Thank you for taking me up to the offer. It's an honor to have you
Oh,
here.
thanks.
I hope you can come back so many other times.
Count on me.
And as I thank Rede Globo sometimes for allowing their artists to be able to be here, I have to thank Janaína for allowing me to have like 29 minutes of her
Yeah, yeah, sure.
boyfriend's time. Man, be safe. Stay with me until I finish the my message to the public,
Thanks,
and
Mark.
thank you very much one more time. Guys, this has been another episode for Brazil Unsubtitled podcast. Remember, we also have a channel on YouTube, okay, where you can see the images of this podcast that has just been released. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel to access our social media on Instagram and Facebook and also Telegram. Thank you very much and see you next time.
Thank you,
Thank you,
Mark.
Alex.
See you. Bye.
Bye bye.